Good afternoon. My name is Richard Cronice and I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and today we're going to learn about the secret to using Microsoft Windows. First, a quick introduction on who I am. I am a business analyst, project manager, and SharePoint evangelist in Chicago, Illinois. You can find me on LinkedIn, and my current learning focus is studying for the PMP and Microsoft SharePoint. So I guess you could ask, why in the heck, if that's what I'm interested in, why am I teaching how to use Windows? Well, I've been a trainer for a number of years, and I've taught approximately 10,000 people how to use computers face-to-face. Had a company that taught another 10,000. And today, when I was talking to my computer guy, I realized that he didn't know the 3 things that I taught in class in 1995. And people still need to know how to use this stuff. So if you'd like to test your skills or actually get better at using Windows, here's some advice for you. First of all, how do you maximize Windows? Years ago, I would just tell people how to maximize Windows, but you're a more sophisticated audience. This isn't 1995, this is 2013. So how do you maximize Windows? Hopefully you can see this. The method is to double-click your windows. I am shrinking my Word window right now. You can see it. It's very tiny. I'm moving it around the screen. A lot of times people will drag and make their windows larger. That's really quite silly. Or sometimes I use this to maximize. I'll click on maximize, click on this to minimize. But what I've taught my classes since 1995 is if you want to maximize a window, go anywhere along the toolbar, right here, anywhere along the toolbar, double click and it maximizes. Double click and it restores back to its normal size. So this is secret number 1 to using Windows. It's a whole lot easier than all this stuff over here. Just double click to maximize. Well, the next thing is, how do you switch between programs? You may know this because, like I said, it's not 1995, it is 2013. But a lot of you don't know how to use this. The secret to switching between running programs on Windows, well, you could use the taskbar down below. So it's definitely a mouse technique. You could use that. That's really a good technique. But if you want to use a keyboard technique, what you can do is this. You can use an AltTab. So you would use the Alt key, and you'd use the Tab key, and you hold on Alt, and then tap the Tab key. And I'm doing it right now. Alt, Tab, 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 Tab. Goes from one program to another. It's very nice. And you always have the the icons on the taskbar to use. So let's return. That's secret number 2. And how do you minimize all your program windows? Well, my hardware guy, Tom N, we'll call him, he didn't know about this one, and I've been teaching it since 1995. So it is quite useful. Going over here to look at a keyboard. It is a Windows command. Now, this is the Windows key. Sorry, this isn't going to help you folks using a Mac. But if you use the Windows key, there's a lot of different things you can use with it. But I'm not going to teach you 10, 15 commands. The command that any person who is a Windows user should know is a Windows M. So you hold on Windows, and then you tap M. What happens when you do a Windows M? That's what happens. Everything shrinks, everything minimizes, and you're back at the desktop. Then if you want to, you can use Alt-Tab to get back to where you were located, like right here. So once again, that technique for minimizing all program windows, that is a Windows M. And now that I've gone through these 3, I'll kind of make it easier for you. How to maximize Windows. Double click the title bar. Switching between programs, well, for that, Alt Tab or use Alt Tab or use taskbar. And minimizing all your program windows, that is a WinEm command. So those are 3 things that I taught back in 1995. So let's talk about some things that I would teach now if I was teaching actively. So what do I use the most? Well, my friend, my computer hardware guy, he was pretty surprised when I did this to launch Windows Explorer. Heck, I don't even know how, it's so time consuming going through this or somewhere looking for Windows Explorer. What I do if I want to launch Windows Explorer, I just use the keyboard. And I use the command, which is WinE. So you hold on the Windows key, and you tap the E key, and I'm doing it right now. WinE, bang. There you can see Windows Explorer and do whatever you want to do. Is that nice? Do another Windows E, and you got two of them to play with. So I just think that that's a whole lot more efficient. So someone's calling me on my phone, but I'm just turning that off right now and closing this window and returning to the concept. So launching Windows, once again, is a Windows E. If you want to browse the internet, this is really a great technique while my phone rings in the background. To browse the internet, you need this so you don't go blind. And sometimes we mess around with our computer resolution. We think it's better. Here's really a great technique, and you need to know it. These are some friends over at WordStream, where I've done some blogging. Great folks, help you with search engine optimization and Google pay-per-click. But you can see that their blog is just too darn small for me in this current mode. So what do? Well, you can use this command. I'll go over to here so you can see it. This is a control plus, so it's a control and a plus. So you hold on control, tap the plus key. I'll go over to my friends at WordStream to show you what this looks like. I'm doing a control plus. Isn't that nice? Control plus, control plus, control plus. Hey, if your eyes are going bad on you, or if you've been looking at the computer all day long, use a control plus 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 to make it bigger. And you may have guessed it, use a control minus to make it smaller, so I'll show you that. Over here, it would just be a control and a minus to make things smaller. Returning to my friends over at WordStream, control minus, and that's good enough. Now we'll make it a bit bigger. So that's a wonderful technique, and I'm told that it works for many browsers, and 90% of the time it works for me when I'm using Windows, and my friends who use Macs tell me that it works perhaps 80% of the time. So that's a really good idea. So just so you know what we're talking about, I'll type in the information. Launching Windows Explorer, that was a WinE command, very useful. And this one was a control plus, control plus command. And making it smaller is control minus. So let's talk about the last thing for this video. The most important computer peripheral you can own, guess what it is? Mouse? No, I don't care. Some fancy printer? No, I don't care. It's a keyboard. I care about this a lot. Wherever I go, I'm using this keyboard. And this isn't a promo for Microsoft. They make enough money with or without me. But this, folks, is a Microsoft natural keyboard. And I don't work anywhere on a computer unless I have this beauty. Now, I think you can click on this, and Microsoft tells you that it costs $120 or whatever. I picked these up, in stores for $30, $40. It's just great. And anybody who says that it's hard to type on, that it's difficult, it's hard on their hands, I have no sympathy for you, because it's great on your hands. Just try typing on it for 3-4 days. You'll get used to it, and you will thank me later, or perhaps even give me a hearty handshake. So that's pretty much it for today. You've learned some stuff that I've been teaching since 1995. You've learned some stuff that I think is really useful for 2013. And please, please, please use a Microsoft Natural Keyboard to save your hands. So that's it. Thank you for visiting Dad's Learning Videos on YouTube. I hope you had fun. My name is Richard Cronice. It is a unique name, a unique brand. I am the only Richard Cronice in the United States or anywhere. So if you'd like to link up or send me a LinkedIn inquiry, you can find me there pretty easily. I am grateful that you came today and hope that you subscribe, leave a comment, and come back another day. Thank you so much. Have a great day.